Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. So I'm just popping in with a sneak peek of some brand new little books that are going to be coming up on Hobby Maker tomorrow, and I'm just going to give you a sneak peek of some of the images in them. Obviously you will have to catch the shows on Hobby Maker or Hunkydory for prices, etc. But the first one I'm going to start with is going to be the little book of Eastern Treasures. So we've got sort of landscapes, your pagoda there, beautiful. I've been flicking through this quite a bit, so apologies. You've got your sort of geisha, Japanese lady, you've got your lanterns, my favourite, the dragon. You've got your birds in the flowers, are they camellias? And then you've got your cherry blossom there, beautiful. Sort of vase with your pottery. Again, another one of those beautiful restful scenes, perfect for somebody who's been a bit under the weather. You've got your fan with the beautiful koi carpom. Bonsai, my nephew would have loved that, and he would have loved this next one as well with the koi, the fancy fish, beautiful. And then you've got your magnolia tree with your bird, and your stork, heron, crane, your geisha or your dancing lady. There's a geisha with her umbrella or a parasol. Beautiful night scene, that gives me sort of Karate Kids vibes. I don't know why. And then you've got your little samurai, your beautiful lady in those colours. That's going to be lovely, all decoupaged up. And then you've got that crane, stork heron type bird there. So that's the Eastern Treasures, beautiful images in there. Then we've got this one, a floral tarot, and this one is falling apart a bit because I have been looking at it quite a bit. So you've got loads of pages where there are two on one page, and then you've got pages that are the full page as usual, and they're all sort of flowers, and it kind of gives me that sort of tattoo art vibe, you know, quite dark, mysterious. So we've got camellia and lavender, azalea, sweet pea, daisy, zinnia, chrysanthemum, marigold, and then we've got my favourite, the hydrangea, jasmine, not my favourite, the orchid, the peony. I'm just flicking through quickly here. The lilac, love the lilac. I've got one of my nan's lilacs in the garden. The dahlia, the pansy, the gladioli, the tulip, the lotus, the sunflower. Oops, come on, can't grab it. Let's just get those. The daffodil, the rose, I think it goes back to twos again in a minute, the carnation, and I mean the poppy. Oh, maybe it doesn't, maybe that's it. And the reason why I don't like jasmine is it's not because I don't like the flower, I don't like the smell. Me and my mum, one of the very first jobs I had was at like a big, very big garden. It's not a garden centre because they provide products to the supermarkets, and one of the very first jobs I had was picking out the shoots on jasmine, and I had to do, we had to do it for about 3 days, and every time we thought we'd finished they'd send us back to do more. Just ever since then we've hated jasmine. So that was the little book of floral tarot. This is the little book of denim. This is my favourite book just purely because when I opened it I went, oh, that's so cute. So we've got our little pussycat there, and this one is great for all ages. So you've got your sort of skateboard there, that could be teenage boy or girl. This is more sort of young adult, teenage girl, handbag, watch, all matching. My sister's a bit like that, she likes things all matching. That could be anything, so young to old. Notelets would be perfect for. I just watched the film with Robbie Williams where he's a monkey in it, and that is giving me Robbie Williams vibes. Obviously we've got new baby, super cute, could be boy or girl depending on what colours you put with it. Again, young adult, I'm going to say, rather than teenager. And then you've got your sort of flowers, so again that could be anybody. Super cute, that could be anybody. I love that one, that is cute as well. And then an alternative anniversary or wedding card, Mr. and Mrs. Love. And then we've got your sort of bike with the daisies. Again, young adult with the sports. And then you've got your little gnome. Got your cute little gardening bear. Again, that could be for anybody. That would go well if you've got the Western style adorable scoreable pack. Teddy bear, again that could be anybody. Sort of get well soon, off on holiday. Could be loads of different occasions, that one. And you've got your applique sort of style. That could be great for someone who's into their sewing. And this one could be great for anybody, any age. And then lastly we've got the beautiful decorated bags. So that could be back to school, graduation, those sort of things. So those are the little books. And then there's this really useful little book of essential inserts, and they're printed, so they're not foiled. But again, you know, on that insert paper, super useful. Loads of different occasions as well. We've got especially for you. Well wishes for a speedy recovery. Lovingly handmade. Oops. Love you always. Sent with all my love. On to the next adventure. Make a wish. I'm just picking a few out. Yippee, congrats. Just to say, so very sorry. So very sorry. Many happy returns. Hugs and kisses just for you. Deepest sympathy. Forever grateful for all you do. Wishing you a very happy birthday. Sending best wishes, all in different typefaces, which is pretty cool as well. Congratulations. I'm just going to keep going. Good luck, all the very best. All the very best. Enjoy your big day. I think there's another one. Thinking of you. I think that'll be the last one. Yeah. So those are all, like I say, on the insert paper. Don't think just inserts, because you can be cutting into these. These are perfect size for using your dies to cut out a little sentiment, maybe with a bit of gold around the edge. Maybe just on their own. The other thing is, if it's a really big card like an 8x8, you can always put some duo design papers in, map this onto some gold, and then pop that in the middle, and it's still going to look fantastic. So that is super useful. Probably one of the most useful insert books I've seen in a long time, and I love that it's got loads of different things in there, and it has got quite a few birthdays, which, to be fair, I use an awful lot. So what I'm going to do now is just get set up and bring those samples in that I've made. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the samples. So firstly, for the Eastern Treasures, I went with that Polaroid and Smiles die. This is a bit of adorable scoreable. I've used the A5 paper pad. I think it is called wood grain or something like that, wood textures. But there's all different types of wood through it, and I've put that on the inside and the outside. That's that insert book on there, matted and layered. This is from the Bigger Book of Banners. This is from the Bigger Book of Sentiments. Some little green gems. It's just perfect for somebody maybe about to go doing some travelling in the Orient or working abroad, that sort of thing. And then I had to do a little stepper card. Just really wanted to get one done out of these lots, and I picked that fish, and I just think it's so vibrant. And this has been on the side. This is one of the first cards I made, and it's been on the side, and it really does catch my eye. And I know my nephew would have loved this because he was fish mad. Well, both of my nephews are actually, but Anthony particularly would have loved this one. But I've just used some green Matastic with the cobblestone mask. I've embossed that. I've used Crafter's Companion Sparkle Overlay Pen just to go around those cobblestones and just make them look more like bubbles. I've decoupaged 2 layers on there, I think. Yep, 2 layers. I've got green gems, I've got the sort of sepia gems, and then I've got clear gems for bubbles, and then a quick little book sentiment, and then we've got the matted and layered insert on the inside. So those are from that Eastern Treasures. And then moving on to Floral Tarot. So the first one I did was this big one, 6x8. Again, we've got that insert on the inside. Inside I've got some Matastic cardstock embossed with, I don't think you're going to really see, oh you can see it there. That's the tattered fabric embossing folder that came with magazine 83. And I've also used a little bit of the Prism Glimmer Mist. It's going to be very hard for you to tell, but just to add a little bit of sparkle, not too much. And of course I've rounded those edges because these are supposed to be like, that's in the design of these tarot cards. This foiled cardstock is from the Timeless Poinsettia Members Free Gift that's just gone, or is current I believe. I don't think there is the bigger pack anymore. You might have to buy it separately if you're looking for it, but anyone with the script on would work. Rounded corners here, here and here, and obviously on the card. No acetate holding this together, it's just purely all cardstock holding that together. A bigger book of sentiments and some blue gems just to tie in with these blue. And I haven't, oh yeah, I did just put 1 layer on where I just cut around the inside of that card just to lift it just a tiny bit, 1mm, but you can hardly see it at all. And then the second card, I've done an over the edge card, so you can see there. So this piece here is 5x5, but it would go in a 5x7 envelope. Cut the insert down to size inside, very nice. This is the Gritty Grunge Adorable Scoreable Pack. I saw that on the website for $3.99, so I'm not sure if that's on its way out, but it is a lovely set of adorable scoreable. Some little gold gems, little book of sentiments. This one is flat. Again, rounded those edges just at the top, just to carry on that theme across. And that's that one. Okay, so that's the Floral Tarot. Now I did find a new card fold for a little book of denim, and I've gone with this Western theme. Yeah, this Western themed one. This is the Wild West Adorable Scoreable. Used the Stars embossing folder. I've used practically all of the bigger books, bigger book of banners. One of them's the bigger book of sentiments, and one of them's the bigger book of birthdays. And then I've also got a little book, Best Boyfriend Ever, on there, and some sepia gems again. I have cut down the insert. What I did was I folded it flat and put that on, so it does look like it is sort of off center on this piece, but when the card is flat it is exactly in the center pretty much. And that's that one. Just a little bit of decoupage again, 2 layers, lifting the fabric off the table and then lifting the hat off the fabric and away from the rope. And that's that one. That's a new fold, and I will be doing a video on that one. It hasn't got a name, so I'm just going to call it a fun fold. And then lastly, and my favourite card out of all of these, is this little one. Just the simplest card. All I did was just folded a piece of card, popped my little bear on, so you can see the fold is there. Just have her hat coming across the top of it. Cut around the 2 layers. It's not easy because it is like 2 lots of card. And then just did her dungarees and her face and hat as decoupage. A little gem on the flower, a little book sentiment, and then the insert I've just popped in. It's not too neat at the top there, but then just cut around that again. A little bit of fluff there. And that's going to be perfect. And then that one is my favourite card. She stands up and she just looks lovely. I think I'm going to have to make one of those for my little desk because I do love that so much. Oh, the other thing, I didn't show you that one. So this one, that if I move these up a bit, that's how it stands. So this piece goes back and then the whole thing goes forward. Difficult to show you on screen. Maybe it will show better in photos. But yeah, it's a bit of a different fold, and it does fold down nice and flat. So those are my samples. Like I say, they're coming to Hobby Maker tomorrow. I'm not sure when they're coming to Hunkydory at the moment, but I'll try and keep you posted. I'm sure other members of the design team will also do that for you. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching this little sneak peek. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye.